Yeah. Got to find your reason, find your why. Because you'll quit on you, but you won't quit on that reason. You understand me? We're going to see what Coach Tremaine think about that 53 also and that mindset. And we're going to let Coach or Uncle Neely give one of those beautiful introductions that he does. Here we go. Spotlight on you,
Unlike
Uncle.
Chico with his Chat GPT introductions, mine come from the heart. Man, coming to the stage, our man, he's no stranger to TMR Live. He is the head coach of Prairie View football, Coach Tremaine Jackson. At one point, my favorite Q, but I got to admit, Rashad Davis, coach of wide receivers here, has moved up to number one. But that doesn't change the love for Coach Jackson, my cigar buddy down there in Prairie View, Texas. Coach Jack, welcome to TMR Live.
Yes. And
Man, I appreciate y'all having me, man. I'm glad to be here.
yes, sir. Coach, how you
Absolutely, man.
doing?
How you feeling, bro?
Man, we probably just had the longest fall camp I've ever been a part of, man. 3.5 weeks, and school still ain't started here, but I feel real good, especially, man, when I get to see familiar faces outside. I feel like I see our kids too much, man. I like seeing other faces now, this part of camp. So just happy to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me. Man, we're going to kick off a practice here in a little bit, but certainly want to stop by here and say hello and see what's going on in Buffalo country, our sister school, as we call it around here.
That's dope.
Absolutely. And nothing, ain't nothing but love. We appreciate that. And certainly appreciate you, Coach Jack, for taking time out on this practice day to be with us. So just bring us up to speed, up to date, man. How has that fall camp gone? You got a nice schedule, brother. Like you hit the ground, you hit the ground running. You ain't dodged no smoke. So
Yeah.
what's that process been like?
Man, we had 110 guys report back in July 28th or 26th or somewhere around there. And man, we still got 110 guys today. And we got guys that are fighting, competing, trying to make sure that they represent Prairie View A&M in the right manner on and off the field. Finished up summer school with another high GPA, continuously breaking the GPA record around here for a football program. And so what I tell our guys is all that the community service, the grades, that's just being a good person. But what being a good person does is give you a chance to be a good football player. And so, man, watching these guys be physical and fight it out, compete at a high level, it's been inspiring. We've had some tough days like everybody, but man, they come back and get together and continue to move the needle. And so we're excited. Like you said, man, we open up with the number 5 team in the country on our level. Later on in the month, we'll play the number 12 team and got a big rival with Texas Southern. So our month, these next coming weeks, man, it ain't no getting ourselves warmed up. We got to be warmed up, ready to go from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Southern got a new AD down there. Shout out to Ashley Robinson.
They do. It's been a crazy time in Houston these last couple of weeks, man.
to say the least, Coach.
That's it.
Say the least. Well, when you talk about that schedule that's coming up, you still have a few days before that. What are you trying to get out of your team evaluation and then identify who you can trust? Same thing with the coaches. What's these next days for you before that schedule gets underway?
Yeah, we're in the phase now, man, where we're on to the opponent. We're getting ready for Tarleton State. And then we're continuously polishing up the things that we need to be successful. Game ones are a little different than the games in the season. Game ones are about what you did in fall camp, what you did in the summer, and the discipline that it takes to win. You gotta out-discipline your opponent in every game, but especially in game one. And so we want to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves. Everybody's got to get used to getting hit again, right? And so we want to make sure when we get hit that we're ready to hit and take the hit and keep moving. And so we take a lot of pride in that on the way that we prepare in fall camp. It's not normal. We are old school as old school can get. We still in full pads around here in fall camp, man. Some people don't do that anymore. But I'm just a lineman, so I don't know nothing different. So
that's right.
I know this. You can't play soft. You can't practice soft and expect them to play hard. And so we try to make sure that we do things hard around here so that we're ready to go. But we're just polishing up, man. We got, again, number 5 team in the country. We got an opportunity to do something that's never been done at Prairie View A&M, which is win at the number 5 team in the country. And now we're playing for the Chancellor's Cup because we're in the same system. So it's a really big game for Prairie View A&M and Tarleton State, and we want to make sure we hold up our end of the bargain.
Yes. Coach, I want to ask you about that practicing full pass and being physical and that, the fine line of being physical and keeping your team healthy. You know what I mean? But you want them to be physical going to the ball game. How do you manage that and what do you look for to know that whether to dial down or dial it up?
Well, I ask our staff, am I being too old school sometimes, right? Because sometimes, man, when I get to that point as now the head coach, when I was defense coordinator, I wanted to shoot everybody up. Bing, 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 knock everybody out. As a head coach, I ask my staff, hey man, what do you think we are? But we also challenge our players in the summer and the spring to get your body to a point where it can endure. In Prairie View A&M, we play 14 games a season. We make no qualms about it. Man, to play game 1 like you play game 14, you got to get your body ready. And so to have practice 1 be like practice 20 in fall camp, you got to have your body ready. And so we try to make sure that we take full advantage of the weight room. We get our guys together. Just because we in full pass don't mean it's bing bang all the time, but most of the time we're gonna get a period or two where we're tackling live and we're getting ourselves ready to go. And our kids have done a good job of adhering to how we do it. And now we went from, man, this is crazy in year 1 to now the verbiage is, hey, all you new guys, this is how we do it here. This is how we get ourselves ready to go. This is how we get back to where we want to get back to and win this time. And so it's been encouraging. Now, if I do something to pull off of them, our kids start calling me soft. Oh, now you soft. Oh, you soft. And so now I don't want to be called soft. Right. Just like they don't want to be called soft, right? And so it's a culture thing for us. And I'm glad that we have coaches and players that have adhered to it and realized this is the way we do it, and they bought into it. And it's fun to watch and it's fun to see, and hopefully it continues to pay off for us.
You touched on something I want to explore a little more there, Coach Jack. First, let me say this, because a lot of people may not be familiar with HBCU scheduling and the SWAC. When you said 14 games, you count SWAC Championship and Celebration Bowl.
Absolutely.
You weren't just counting your regular schedule. You were including the final 2 games as being on your schedule, which means you are playing to be in those 2 games.
Absolutely.
Having said that, the transient nature of college football right now, you won the SWAC championship last year, you go to the Celebration Bowl, come up short. You got guys that stayed on your team, but you have an influx of new people. What's that process like, fall camp in the next 2 weeks, to get them to become Prairie View guys and see it the way y'all saw it because y'all been there?
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of those guys have been here since January, so they are Prairie View guys, right? Like,
gotcha.
It hadn't been a year ago. We brought 82 guys in this time last year. And so it was like, man, this is not only this the way we do it, we got to work your old habits out of you. And so if you look at our season, it took us till October to start playing our style of ball. We didn't really hit that mark till after homecoming, and they started playing well at the right time. Well, now we challenged our team on, we got all your kinks and your bad habits out of you in the spring. In the summer, you guys are now able to get together. So now hopefully the science is to get them to be able to play better, faster now, since they've been together for longer. And so we think we got an opportunity to do that. Again, we don't get a warm-up. There's no, let's get out here and get comfortable and see what it looked like. And our guys know that. But, man, I think the players that were here did a really good job of saying, hey, man, this is the direction of our program. We play 14 games at Prairie View A&M. We want to host and win the SWAC championship and get back to Atlanta and win this time convincingly. That wasn't my verbiage. That was the guys that were here. That was the Chase Bingmans and the Tevin Carters and the guys on defense that we brought back. That was their verbiage, wasn't mine. And so when it's their verbiage, then you got a chance for it to really stick everywhere, because they're saying it in the locker room, in the cafeteria. They're saying it everywhere, because we have a picture where it's me and Calvin McMillan, our left tackle, and I'm hugging him after the Celebration Bowl, and he got a tear in his eye. And we always say we never want that picture to be taken in that manner again, where that tear was for that reason.
Yeah.
We want that tear to be a tear of joy, and we want that picture to have confetti falling. That's the picture that we're looking for, right? And so we give those guys a visual, and they're doing a really good job of making guys hold up to that standard of the way that we do things.
Love that, big dog.
No, you got it, but we got a couple of questions from the chat. you know, and support also saying go Panthers. You got Houston in here representing. You know, what do you think about the support? Because every time we have you on, we see a lot of support coming in. What do you think about the support from the city and around the town, and you know, you just walking through? How do they treat you and things like that?
Man, they, for a while there, I wasn't paying for much in Houston. I could tell it's a new season because now they want to see what we do this year. But
Yeah, they go hold up now.
January through March, I was living good around these parts, man. I ain't paying for much. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited that our fans are excited. I'm excited that the Prairie View alumni base is excited. And I hope they continue to be excited because of the product we provide. Prairie View A&M is a really good institution and in a really good place with really good people. And so we want to make sure that we're always adhering to that and that we're holding up our end of the bargain on the football field. This is Texas. This is Texas. It is about football. There's nothing wrong with any other sport, but if you can't play football in the state of Texas, you should close your school. It just is what it is, right? That's just how we think about it here. But I'm excited that they're excited. It's been a lot of love for our players, for our coaches. I get guys all the time that text me as coaches and go, "Man, coach, somebody just bought out. Somebody just put down the tab for us." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, man. Benefits in winning now.
That's right.
If you want to pay full price, don't win no game.
That's right.
Don't win no game. You'll be paying full price. They might add on gratuity for a party of 3. And so you got to make sure. But it's Houston, man. Nothing in Houston happens without Prairie View A&M or Prairie View A&M people. We know that we're blessed to be in that situation.
Coach, when you mentioned Texas football, there was something back this summer. Seems like forever ago when you got to go through camp, but it wasn't that long ago. And we supported you on it, reposted and had your back when you talked about the oversight, the intentional, deliberate oversight of not including the championship Prairie View Panthers coaching staff and some of the Texas coaching clinics. Why was it important for you to take that stance and verbalize that? Because most people say, "Oh, the head coach shouldn't do that. Stay out of that. That's politics." But you sat down, put the camera on you, and said, "No, let me tell you what's going down."
Man, if it's one thing I learned from Coach Prime, if there's an issue, it needs to be said. And I've always admired how he went about that, even before he was a coach. And so, man, I've always said, if you violate our people, as the head football coach, I got an obligation to let you know you violated. And we're going to always do that. And so I didn't feel right about it. I'm a Texan. I had been a member. Membership, there's privileges with membership.
Yeah.
If I paid my money and you violated me, then I'm going to tell you. And so I really wanted people to know that, man, we got really good coaches here. Don't overlook our coaches. Our coaches can coach. Obviously, we can coach. Obviously, those guys can put together game plans with the best of them because I didn't think we were overly talented a year ago. I thought we were overly together and well coached. And so our players are a reflection of our coaching. And those guys our coaches got guys to play better. It's kind of like creating a player on Madden when he might have been 72, but we got him to play at 80. We got him to play at 82, 84. In the SWAC championship game, some of those guys played at 90 when they were 72. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe we caught a boost that day. But I thought that was coaching. And so for you not to identify our coaches and we identify others, I didn't like that. And I'm never going to let that slide. And so there's a lot of things that happen on that back porch with a cigar in front of that brick wall. And I just had the gumption that day to really say it because it bothered me all week. And I just said, man, people need to know exactly what's going on. And we were able to put that out there. And we've had great conversations from that. We've let people know that, hey, we've gotten some apologies. We've gotten some, hey, coach, man, I never looked at it that way. Well, my deal is not that you never looked at it that way. You should look at it always. Yeah. Let's not look at it that way. And so we wanted to make sure that we put that out there. And, man, I ain't going to never coach high school football. I ain't going to pass a certification test. Somebody in college is going to have to call me. So since I don't need you for no job, I'm really going to tell you exactly how I feel, especially when you violate our players and our coaches.
Damn right. I'm with it.
Real,
Hey, let's
recognize real, and you look real familiar. I think I know your twin.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh man, it's a fun deal.
Who are some guys,
Chico, do we have some
when
supers
we're
out there?
watching, I was going to ask about Coach so he can highlight some guys that, when we're watching Prairie View, who are some guys we should be looking out for? Who's some guys that have been making some noise in fall camp?
Yeah,
so
man. Left tackle Calvin McMillan. He's been put on a bunch of lists preseason. Hopefully they're on the same list postseason. Eric Zachary is a corner that from Dallas that's been on some of those same lists. Chase Bingman is a running back. I think he's the best running back in our league. Hopefully he proves me right. Rodney Ojo is a receiver here. Jalen O'Neal is a corner that sat out for us last year that now is coming back. And he's a 6'2 corner, 6'2 and a half kid. And when you see him out there, he looks big. You know what I mean? And so we're able to get him out there. Malik Nutake is a returning all-conference defensive end for us. Malik Mason is a 4-eye for us, a 3-3 technique. Man, we got a couple of guys. And as I thought about when I'm driving home, I always think about the differences between coming in here and now being here going into year 2. The differences is I know names now because they've done something for me to know their name, right? They've done something for me to put their names out here on platforms like this. Last year, I didn't know. We had to find out, and we ended up finding out. But this year, we have a better idea of what this collective is than what we knew last year. And that doesn't mean anything till you play, but it gives me great comfort to sleep better at night, at least knowing I got some names to say. And then hopefully those names continue to grow and blossom. And then hopefully we get some names out of nowhere, man. Some of the new guys that have not made plays for the Panthers. Hopefully we get out of them what we need. I tell them all the time, our program like the S&P 500, I need to see what my money doing. My money got to be moving. I'm like the NASDAQ. My money got to be moving. So hopefully, man, we see some things we invested in that then we get a great return on that investment later on down the line.
Hey, speaking of that, just a few months ago, I think last season, it was posted on YouTube inside the nicest HBCU program in college football. That's Prairie View A&M University. I'm gonna play some of these clips right here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I just play it in the background where you talk about it.
Man, it's funny because that logo is old now. We just got new turf.
Yeah.
And man, we got $1.5 million turf with wood chips and sand infield instead of the traditional rubber infield, which really in the state of Texas, man, that matters because of the wet bulb and practicing outside. And so we're really excited about that. We've got some upgrades all around the stadium. We got new concession stuff going on, wraps, and I think we have one of the best facilities in all of FCS football. Meeting rooms have been upgraded. We just got a lot of things that the weight room, brand new, remodeled from scratch all over again this spring. Now we got more signage up, man, and kind of where you're looking at now is that initial hallway as you walk into the Panther room. But even from that video, things are now different.
Right. You guys upgraded from this video.
Yeah, we've upgraded from that video. And I think that goes to show our AD's vision, Anton Golf. We're always constantly trying to be better. And he and I meet every day in some form or fashion. And we talk about how we can be better, how we can be elite, and what the FCS is doing. Not just what HBCU football is doing, because we know that people in HBCU football are moving as well, right? But we always want to kind of keep up with them Joneses in the FCS. What does the top 10 in the country look like? What does that look like for us? And how can we get there? And I'm very grateful to be a part of this place and this athletic program because Anton Golf has really moved the needle for our program since I've been here and in his tenure in general, not just for our football program, but also for our department. I think you're starting to see that with the amount of championships other sports have won. And so, man, we're really excited about it.
I tell you this.
Go ahead.
I was saying, Coach Jack, you reminded me of something that I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I was saying it reminded me of something when you talk about your AD that Coach Warren Sapp said. He said a lot of people make the mistake of choosing a job when you should choose your boss. And it sounds like with your relationship with the AD and what he's doing to support your program, that you got a good one.
Oh man, I got a great one. I tell people around here when he leave, I'm leaving. And I ain't gonna stick around and see what happened. But no, man, the good thing about him is he played football.
Yeah,
he played football, and so I'm not trying to convince somebody about our game. He already knows our game. He already knows what a receiver's supposed to do, what players need, what the football playing experience is. So, and then he doesn't worry about policy. He worries about people. We're going to follow the policies. We're going to do the right thing. But, man, what inspires our people? What's going to give our people an experience to where when they come back, they're going to want to give back? And I think a lot of people fail to produce donors while they're in the program. People give back to the experience that they had. And if you have a great experience, you'll want to, these guys will graduate, go be successful, and want to come back and give to what gave to them. So many times, man, especially in small college football, we trying to cut corners on a biscuit sandwich, not give them an egg. Let's just give them a sausage and save a dime or two. And those guys remember not having an egg. They remember. And then when they get grown and they realize that an egg was just 44 more cents, they go, dang, my school couldn't even give me an egg.
Dang.
So around here, we got egg sandwiches. We got
That's
the
right.
egg, the biscuit, and we got grape jelly on the side.
Let's get
we
it.
spare no expense on making sure these guys have a great experience. And what we know is great experience plus winning equals future donors. And whether I'm here or not, whether AD Golf is here or not, in 10, 20, 30 years, the program deserves to be given back to, because the program has done so much for all of us. And so Prairie View A&M is a great place. This football program has produced a lot of productive people, as has our university. And, man, we got to make sure we nurture that, we treat it the right way so people continue to do those things and not just look at the right now. So when he gone, my car be hitched up to here.
I love
that dude, man, and we're going to get it done here.
You sparked two more memories of two coaches and memorable quotes. One, Coach Prime, his Jackson State days, and even his Colorado days, said, Mama only want to know two things: what her baby gonna eat and where her baby gonna sleep.
That's
and
right.
if you can feed them and get them in a good place to sleep, Mama gonna be comfortable. The late great W.C. Gordon at Jack State once told me, he said, Dealer, look, the SEC ain't got nothing on us but 3 meats. I said, 3 meats? He said, yeah. You come eat the swag. We got 1 meat. You know, their schools, they got 3 meats. He said, all we got to do is, if we add 2 meats, we get anybody we want.
That's it. I'm going to have to steal that one.
I swear that's what Coach Gordon told me. He said, the difference is 3 meats.
I'm telling you, man.
Like you said about the eggs. Coach, I got. Let me ask you this. Speaking of your sister institution here in Colorado with your good friend, Coach Prime, I'm going to paraphrase Roger Mayweather, because Roger Mayweather said most people don't know shit about boxing. And I'm going to tell you that most people don't know shit about how football actually works. So, as you said earlier in your camp phase, you got about 100 guys there. Coach Prime got about 100 here. Well, when you travel, non-conference game in Colorado, you could take 74. But Coach Prime announced today, he said, look, I'm about to NFL this thing. I'm going to take the 53 that I can trust. I'm going to take the 53 that brings something to the table. I'm going to take the 53 that contributes something. I'm not taking no extra people just to be around and be a distraction. When you look around at your program and you're evaluating who you can trust, where's the disconnect that people don't understand? This is not a 4th grade field trip to the zoo. Like, you have to make that trip, you got to bring something with you.
Absolutely, man. We take 70 everywhere, right? Like, we keep the conference rule, whether it's in conference or out of conference. We're very upfront with our guys in the beginning. I don't take chicken eaters. I don't take guys that wear the warm up and put it on TikTok like they're in the locker room fixing to do something and knowing full well they ain't gonna see no parts of that grass today. But you have to be a contributor of some sort. I got to talk to Coach about 53 because I'm a little nervous about 53. But 70 for me, what we've done, we have taken some guys and threw them out there, especially with this 5-for-5 deal, right? The freshmen we got that no longer we don't have to worry about redshirting or playing in this many games. There's some of those guys that we need to take because we need to be able to put them in the game and see what their eyes are, what their mannerisms are in a game, right?
Get that experience.
Get that experience because you never know when you're going to need them later on.
Yeah.
And so for us, we play 14. I might not need you in game 1 or 2, but game 8 or 9, when somebody's down, I might need you in a viable backup role. So for us, it's our job to get the top 70 guys ready to go in all phases of the game. Now, 4 of those guys are going to be specialists. So we look to be 3 deep on each side of the ball. If we can be 3 deep and 66 on each side of the ball, then we take those 4 specialists, then that gives us our 70, and we should be able to make it through a 14-game season with at least 70. Now, anything over 70, then those guys are competing at a high level, and it's week to week, and they know they can't miss, and, man, it is awesome when it's like that. Because now I got to announce 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66 at the end of the week. That's when you got real program moving. We've had that at other places before. We think we might have that here, but we'll find out. But them 70, ain't nobody going to get the chicken on Friday and the pasta on Saturday. Everybody got to give something back. And and so I totally agree with Coach, man. You got to make sure guys understand that there's no freebies. There's nobody just, hey, man, mama, look at me. I'm in the warm-up. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to give something and be willing to give their best every time we walk out there and be ready. Some of those guys, you know how it is. They complain at the end of camp, not where they want to be, and then they get an opportunity and they ain't ready. And so you got to make sure that you're willing and that you're ready. And that's, that's our job as coaches. We got to make sure that that's that. But if you on our bus, you doing something.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're holding the kick. I don't care if you're getting the other lineman ready in pregame. You got a job because we try to clearly define every expectation of what you're here for.
Yeah. Everybody has a role.
It's absolute, Chico. And even in the same vein, when you talk about, Coach, that you're taking 70, that still implies you leaving 35.
Absolutely.
And it's that 35, what they did or didn't do, that determine if they're in that 70 or not you.
Absolutely.
Because that 70 can rotate each and every week. You know what I mean? So don't get comfortable, guys.
If you really think about it, over the last 4 years, we've done a study as a staff. At every school we've been at, there's only been about 40 guys that have really made a difference. Like consistently made a difference, right? You look at the top 40 guys on your team. These are the guys that are playing at a high level, making a lot of plays. In that 40, probably 20 of them have a chance to be all conference of some sort. And so you're honing in on those guys, right? 41 through 70 gives you an opportunity not to put so much on the front 40.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Now I'm not playing 800 snaps in the season. I can play 500 because I got a guy that can get me for 200-300 snaps, right? And so when you really boil it down, just look at people's teams. It's only so many guys that's contributing at a high level. Other guys are contributing here and there on special teams. Oh, so-and-so got a cramp. Little Ricky got a cramp. We're going to put him in there until he water down here and there, right?
Yeah.
And I think that'll be the case for us this year. I think it's going to come down to the top 40 guys on our roster on where we get to. Last year, it was the top 32. It was 32 guys that made a difference week in and week out. And when we didn't have 32, 31, 30, you could see it. You could see it. We ended the season last year with 5 D linemen in the national championship game. Luckily, we were 3 down.
Yeah.
But people want to know why we were 3 down. We had 5 defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that'll be the case this year, but those 5 were in the 40. We had to have those 5. And so you look at it now, man, to have 70 to start, if we have 70 to finish, we got a chance to really do something because it really boils down to that 40, man. And I look forward to finding out if that stays true.
Coach, you had mentioned something earlier about when Chico asked about names we should be watching, and you talked about some guys who had made some preseason conference lists, and you hope that they're on those lists at the end. How do you get those guys to keep the main thing and not worry about the accolades in August, but to remember we're trying to do something, get something in December?
I told them you never seen a ring ceremony in August. Nobody gets rings in August.
He ain't lying.
They don't fit you for rings in August. They don't talk about trophies in August. Every trophy in every conference is blank in August, but it ain't blank in November and December.
Yeah.
It ain't blank. And so just because you were named don't mean you any good. That just means somebody think you good.
There you go.
You got to go do the work to be good, to prove that your name even belonged to be out there in the beginning.
That your name
like what we
stays
talked
there.
about when we were up at CU. Just because you were don't mean you are, man. And if you handle that the wrong way, if you don't handle compliments and criticisms the same, you'll find yourself in a world of trouble, depressed, beat down to the socks is what we say. Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do to be in the post. I've never gotten a bonus for being preseason anything. All that happens in the post.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think when you really boil it down and take guys, go to that level that they understand. They understand money. They understand things. They understand how do you get to something. You never know what you are in the beginning. You always know what you are in the end. And I told them this when we started camp. I don't know if you're a good person or not, but all you can do is live your life, and one day somebody going to stand over you and say, you know what, old Tremaine Jackson wasn't so bad. But if I'm so worried about what Tremaine Jackson is while I'm living, I'm never going to amount to be anything. In the end, I'll find out what I was, but I won't hear it. Somebody else will hear it. So we aim to make sure that we're handling our business right now and that we can keep moving forward right now. And in the end, we'll find out what we were. If we wake up December the 13th with a trophy on side of us, man, we were really good. If we don't, we weren't any good. Make no mistake, it's Sully Bowl or bust around here. It ain't no, hey man, let's get to the Microsoft Xbox Bowl and see if we can get a controller. That's not what it is. It is Sully Bowl or bust. It's Atlanta or nowhere. Right. And so that's where we are with it. That's now what we talk about at Prairie View A&M, and it's foreign to some people. It's foreign to some people to hear them Panthers talking about winning everything or nothing. That's what we are.
But that's why I wanted to point out earlier when you said 14 game schedule. I was like, I want people to understand that. Like he adding 2 to that. Like he's counting them 2.
Big boy talk right there, baby.
Oh yeah. Chico, you remember a while back we had Coach Prime on, and somebody was in the chat and they were trying to get me and Coach to go at it. They said, I wonder if Coach Prime know that Neely said his seasons have been a failure. And so I said, Coach, what's the goal for your teams? He said Big 12 championship. I said, if you don't win the Big 12 championship, what happens? It was a failure. Like there's no gray area in this.
No.
You either do or don't.
And Neely, I'll tell you this. I tell our guys all the time. Prairie View A&M, the SWAC conference, FCS football in general, we don't have the opportunity to go to the Mortgage State Bowl or any of those bowls that we don't have that opportunity. I've been in some places where it was like, hey, y'all, if we can get to 6, we can get a bonus. There's no bonuses for 6 wins at Prairie View A&M. It's either Sully Bowl or nothing. And so we train in that manner. We understand that in order to get to the Celebration Bowl, we got to win the SWAC West. It's a really tough race. We understand that we need to host the SWAC championship game to give us the best opportunity to win the SWAC championship game so that we can get to the Celebration Bowl. Man, we understand when we get to Atlanta, Georgia, it ain't about no wings. It ain't about no rice. It ain't about no Coca-Cola factory. It's about getting in the business of the beans and making sure our boys are ready to come out with that confetti. I went and bought a confetti lamp from Michael's, and it's empty right now. And I told the team, I'm going to put some confetti in here. You need to tell me if you're going to be the collective to put the confetti in there for me.
That's what I'm talking about.
But at some point, it's confetti going in this lamp. I won't even plug it in, huh? I won't plug it in, but until I get that confetti. And the confetti at the Celebration Bowl, it goes sideways so it can get on everybody. 20 I stood there and I had to watch it. So I know how it goes.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there.
I had to watch it. So now we know. And I'm coming back with that confetti, but we're willing to work to get there and earn the right to get the confetti too.
Hell yeah. Unc, Coach, you got me fired up. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you could fire up a guy like Unc to try to block me. You You hear me?
If I see Hunk block, I might try to get him a year back, file a temporary restraining order.
Hey,
if I can't get Hunk back down here.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, like I told Coach Prime, I'd already checked. They said I got eligibility, I just ain't got ability. I can't do nothing for you, man.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I want Chico. I won't be on his 70. I'll be 71. Because if he let me go there, I'm gonna sure be taking selfies, posting them on the gram in my warm-up.
Oh,
that's
man.
That's right.
See, I do it. See, exactly the type of player. I'm posting on the Instagram. I'm here for the food. Look,
I'm here for it.
We got chicken
steak night.
Steak night. Hey, those be some of the best nights, Unc. Those travel times, getting the bum with your teammates. You got your coaches there. Let me ask you about that. In your schedule during the stay, whether it's a travel or a home game, how do you make your itinerary? Like, what do you base that off of?
Well, we like to get there early, man. I like to get there, get settled. We try to get to the hotel by 5:30, eat about 6:30. And then, man, we got a standard rule in our program. There's no football talk after 8:30. So all our meetings got to be done by 8:30, and we go into what we call Fellowship Friday.
Nice.
And Fellowship Friday is like the family reunion, the night before the family reunion, when everybody's just sitting around playing games, telling stories. We got a few football games up. Man, we're just fellowshipping with one another, playing Monopoly, spades. Coach Colbert and I are the spade champions. When we walk in, man, it's go time now. And so for me, people always talk about teams jailing. Well, you don't just jail by playing football. You jail by doing fun things together and creating memories. And so we try to create memories, man, with one another, because we got guys that some of the places that we go, they ain't never been there before. We had guys that first time on a plane last year. They didn't. And then what that Fellowship Friday does is it takes the stress of the week off you for the next 3 hours until bed check. And it just gets it off you. It's about us, not about the opponent, not about the special teams meeting. It's just about us. And so we always aim to do that, man. We got ice cream. We got snacks for them. We try not to let them big boys get too much of that ice cream.
They'll tear it up. But
it's just a family environment time. More people talk about family, but provide no substance of family in their programs than you know. Everybody breaks down on family, but everybody ain't family.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be family with somebody you don't know. You just up here talking because it sounds good in recruiting. And when you come to us, you're gonna get family. Like when I was at CU, I knew I was getting family because Coach had the oxtails ready to go. Coach knew what time it was.
Yeah.
And so, but most people just talk about that, and I think family is a feeling. I don't think family is just something we should break down on. So we really try to fellowship with one another and create that family. I can't say I love you if I ain't spend no time with you. I like guys all the time. We spell love TIME. Spend time with me, you'll learn to like me. You might learn to love me. That's how we love each other.
Love it.
That's
so real.
The guys that are married, you ain't just wake up when she was your girlfriend and go, I love you. It took time.
Yes, sir.
It took time. And so love is spelled TIME, man. And so it's we use that in the program, and we use that time to really make sure we're being intentional with one another on learning to love one another.
Ooh, this joker spit, boy. Love is spelled TIME.
That's merch right there, Coach. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that right there.
And you can ask.
We're gonna have to send you one in your color though.
Please do.
I've been saying we'll send you one, but we don't split no money. So. Hey, Coach. We had defense coordinator Chris Maul.
That's my boy, man.
On the show, and he likes to say hunt all day.
Yeah.
Well, we got some shirts, and Chico put on screen and said, "Hey, Coach, which one do you like?" He said, "Man, that look familiar."
All day.
Hey, man, let me tell you something about Chris Maul. Me and Chris Maul sat next to each other in the 35 under 35 from the AFCA.
Yeah.
So I ain't know who this brother was. Brother with glasses, he took really good notes. And so, when somebody taking good notes next to you kind of look over there like you cheating off their paper, right?
Yeah.
Man, I learned about him being a math teacher and all that. And I've really been proud of that brother, man. And really excited to watch him call defense at CU this season because I think, man, Coach knew what he was doing when he hired him, but I don't think a lot of your fans know what kind of caliber of guy you got in a guy like Chris Maher, man. And so as my fellow 35 under 35 classmate, man, that dude does a phenomenal job, and I'm eager to watch our boys play, man. So I can really cheer for Chris, man, and Brendan. I think both of those dudes do a really good job. I'm just a defensive guy at heart, so I don't really like all that stuff Brendan be doing. But you know, it's good. But I just can't get down with it like I do with C-Mark, man. So
that's
good brother.
That's crazy. You was next to him, man. I'm sure that was a good conversation. Like you say, you learned something from him. You saw him taking those notes. You know how detailed he was, or he is. And, you know, being a former educator, I could see that in hearing him speak, how he teaches and how, you know, you feel like you're in the classroom and you're just listening to him stand up in front of the team and talk.
My man pronunciates every word correctly.
Yes.
It really gets his point across. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my dog, man. He does a great job.
Unlike Chico.
He does a really good job.
We call Unc the pointer because he'll pointer dog. He just point everything out and he stop.
I'm gonna point the mistakes out. Chico gonna send me something the other night about Georgia Tech. Coach, I can't even tell you how he spelled Georgia. I ain't never seen that many letters in Georgia in my life. I was like,
he don't let nobody slide with a typo over. A typo, coach. A typo, coach. You know Apple gonna put anything they want to put up in there.
No, there wasn't no typo. They were deliberate on them letters. If he was short some letters, that's a typo. Who adds letters?
That's it. No, man. Well, y'all boys funny.
Oh, man. Hey, Coach, we appreciate you once again,
sir.
Coach.
Anytime, man. Listen, man, I'm wishing you guys an awesome season. I got to hit Coach up, man, and I'm just trying to let him get out of camp. But Sunday, I'm hitting up all my week 0 guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to hit Coach up, man. But you guys, phenomenal job with what y'all do. Certainly appreciate you having us on, and we certainly, if you need something this way, you know where to find me. I'm like Coach, too. I ain't hard to find at all in these Houston streets. So let me know what you need, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely, man. You might be seeing me during my bye week here. I've been talking to your staff about coming down that way to work on some projects together. So I might be getting that way in October.
Come on, man. Come on. You're always welcome here. Bring a good cigar with you. You know how we get down.
You got something coming, by the way.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need that. Appreciate y'all, man. Go Panthers.
Appreciate you, Coach Jack.
Thanks, Coach.
Go Panthers.
Yes, sir.
Man, Prairie View head coach, defending now SWAC champion. Won the SWAC championship last year, went to the Celebration Bowl, came a little short, but Chico, he's already counting 14 games.
Not good. Give it up.
He said we got 12 games, Chico. He said we got like 14.